months of speculation, rumor, and rising anticipation, the Grand National Tour, Kendrick Lamar and SZA's joint musical odyssey, is finally arriving in London. For 2 nights only, Tuesday, July 22nd and Wednesday, July 23rd, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium will transform into more than just a football ground. It will become a cultural landmark, where 2 of the most influential voices in modern music rewrite what it means to co-headline a tour. This isn't just another stop on the calendar. It's the UK's final chapter in a tour that has already shattered records, sparked conversations, and left audiences stunned across North America and Europe. Welcome to celebrity rap life, where the red carpets never roll up and the spotlight never fades. The rewards are legendary. Because in celebrity rap life, every downfall can become a comeback, and every headline tells a deeper story. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a second of what's coming next. There's something electric in the air. Not just because Kendrick Lamar is riding the unstoppable momentum of GNX, his 6th studio album and perhaps his most daring work to date, nor solely because SZA's expanded SOS Deluxe. Lana has cemented her place as R&B's unrivaled architect of heartbreak and healing. The electricity stems from something deeper. This is the rare moment where timing, artistry, and intent converge. This is not just a celebration of 2 individual careers. This is a shared expression of power, vulnerability, and triumph. The UK leg has already left a mark. Glasgow shook under the weight of Not Like Us, the biting anthem that has become a cultural phenomenon. Birmingham erupted when SZA floated through Nobody Gets Me in near silence. Cardiff became a canvas for their joint storytelling, each song painting a new color in the minds of 70,000 onlookers. Now, as they arrive in London for the final UK shows, expectations are not just high, they're stratospheric. It would be easy to frame this as just another global tour. But from the very beginning, the Grand National Tour was never just about ticket sales and streaming numbers. When Kendrick and SZA announced this tour in February, just 1 day after their goosebump-praising joint Super Bowl performance of All the Stars, fans immediately understood something historic was brewing. That moment, rich with symbolism and musical perfection, marked not only a reunion of 2 titans but also a recommitment to the very thing that made their chemistry unforgettable: purpose. That purpose has now taken form, city by city, note by note, verse by verse. And on July 22nd and 23rd, London becomes the next canvas. The venue is fitting. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, usually home to the highs and lows of Premier League football, will instead host highs of a different kind: rap cadences ricocheting through the stands, bass lines shaking concrete, and tens of thousands of fans reciting every lyric in lockstep. The choice of a stadium speaks volumes. This is no arena tour. This is a movement scaled up to match the cultural footprint of 2 of music's most captivating forces. The structure of the show has been designed with almost cinematic intention. Based on previous tour stops, fans can expect the music to begin around 7:45 to 8 p.m. Before that, a carefully curated opening act primes the crowd, often blending deep cuts with forward-facing production that sets the tone for what's to come. Then Kendrick walks out, not rushed, not overly dramatized, but with a kind of quiet command that makes you lean forward. He usually begins with a barrage of 5 tracks, blending the political with the personal, old fan favorites with the raw energy of GNX. Songs like Money Trees, Mad City, and Euphoria create a whirlwind of nostalgia and present-day defiance. Then SZA steps out. It's not a handoff. It's a continuation. She floats across the stage with the intimacy of a bedroom confession and the scale of a festival headliner. Her first set of 4 songs often includes Shirt, Nobody Gets Me, Low, and Saturn, the latter of which has grown into a crowd-silencing moment of reflection and awe. She doesn't need pyro or LED theatrics to hold a crowd. Her voice alone redraws the emotional landscape. What makes the Grand National Tour so compelling is the flow between them. After their initial solo bursts, the show settles into an ebb and flow that sees the 2 trading off songs, collaborating, re-emerging in altered stage setups, and weaving their stories together without ever diluting their individual power. Kendrick might perform Reincarnated before SZA responds with Good Days. Then they might meet at center stage for Luther, the viral, soul-rattling collaboration that's taken on a life of its own. And when they perform All the Stars, it feels less like a song and more like a memory, shared by thousands in real time. For those who haven't seen the show yet, the visual design is as calculated as the music. Created under the direction of longtime collaborator Mike Carson, the staging evolves throughout the concert. Stark black and white video footage, grainy projections, choreographed chaos and minimalist beauty all serve to draw the eye without pulling attention away from the performances themselves. No moment is accidental. Each transition, each lighting shift, each overhead drone camera is part of a larger narrative. But even with the production at full tilt, the essence of the show remains musical. Kendrick's performance of Not Like Us, the now iconic diss that ignited headlines and shut down his rivals, is delivered with venomous precision. He doesn't need to say names. The crowd already knows. When he raps it in the heart of London, you can feel the continent quake. And SZA, ever the emotional counterweight, follows with something like Drew Barrymore or Blind, creating a rhythm of tension and release that defines the night. It's that balance, aggression and tenderness, chaos and calm, that makes this co-headlining tour not just historic on paper, but felt in the gut. Together, they represent different ends of the emotional spectrum. Kendrick is sharp, intentional, often surgical in how he deconstructs power and pain. SZA is fluid, vulnerable, a voice that cracks at the edges just enough to make every word feel lived in. Together, they offer something transcendent. This tour has also redefined what co-headlining actually means. Too often, joint tours feel like two artists politely taking turns. But Kendrick and SZA have crafted a true duet in motion. Their sets interact. Their styles crossfade. Their audiences blend, hip-hop purists and alt R&B devotees standing shoulder to shoulder. It's not compromise. It's collaboration at its most elite. There's also a communal spirit that surrounds the entire grand national experience. Outside the venue, fans arrive hours early, forming lines that feel more like tailgate parties than queues. There are spontaneous dance circles, impromptu karaoke sessions, and outfit showcases. The merch tables are packed, with GNX jackets, Lana tees, and collaborative pieces that have become must-have souvenirs of a once-in-a-lifetime event. Inside, the emotion is tangible. Fans sob openly during Broken Clocks. They rage during DNA. They hold their phones high during 20-something and scream every word of all right with the urgency of protest. You're not just attending a concert. You're joining a movement, a shared experience that bridges strangers and binds them with sound. And then there's the legacy being written in real time. With the Grand National Tour officially surpassing Beyoncé and Jay-Z's 2018 On the Run 2 tour to become the highest-grossing co-headlining tour in history, these London shows arrive with the added weight of history. But it doesn't feel boastful. There's no victory lap. Instead, Kendrick and SZA approach it with gratitude and grace, always reminding the crowd that this moment exists because of them. Every sold-out stadium is a reminder that this isn't just their story. It belongs to everyone in attendance. And still, even with all the accolades and milestones, these two shows in London feel personal. Maybe it's the end of the UK leg. Maybe it's the energy of the city. Or maybe it's the reality that something this rare, two generational artists at the peak of their powers, sharing one stage, isn't guaranteed to happen again. So for those attending, know this, you're witnessing more than just music. You're witnessing legacy in motion. You're witnessing the kind of alchemy that rewires what live performance can mean. From Kill Bill to King Kunta, from Luther to Love Galore, from whispered verses to roaring choruses, the Grand National Tour in London will not be remembered as just a show. It will be remembered as a statement. And for everyone who walks out of Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on those warm July nights, the echo of those songs won't fade quickly. It will linger, in conversations, in playlists, in memories. It will live on in the fabric of a city that, for 2 nights, gave itself completely to Kendrick Lamar and SZA. And they returned the favor in full. This story is far from over, and the truth is still unfolding. I want to hear what you think. Drop your take in the comments. And if you don't want to miss the next twist, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a second of what's coming next.